Today we're conducting a free SEO audit for a photographer based in Northern Virginia. I want to start off by saying I am not working directly with Heidi or have any sort of affiliation or partnership. These are just my insights as an SEO specialist that helps photographers and what I would do to help improve her presence in the Northern Virginia area and attract more customers. I'd like to start off by saying that Heidi is an exceptional photographer and provides exceptional customer service, which is very clear through her portfolio and her Google reviews. And she's also doing so many things right with her SEO, which is why I'm so excited to go through this with you today to show you how she can really take it to the next level. So let's just jump in. First thing I like to do when conducting an SEO audit is just start by throwing the website in Ahrefs to get a high-level picture of the website's authority and the keyword rankings. And right off the bat, I see that the backlink profile is very, very weak, meaning that it will be more difficult for this website to rank in Google. Now, I actually do see that she is ranking for some keywords, which I can see right here, and she's actually ranking quite well. I mean, she has some good keywords that she's ranking for, but there's really so much untapped opportunity, which I'm going to walk through with you today. And one really interesting thing, family photographer Northern Virginia is her primary keyword if you look at her website. And interestingly enough, when I search for it in Google, she does show up as number 2, but it actually takes you to her about page rather than her dedicated services page for family photographer. Now, on the surface, people might say, hey, who cares? I'm ranking number 2 on Google. That's awesome. But the thing is that there's an intent mismatch. So if somebody is looking to hire a photographer and inquire about services, taking somebody to an about page is missing the mark. There's an intent mismatch. This could cause the user to leave the page and then just go back to Google to look for the next photographer, which is a very bad user signal to Google, especially if you're using Google Chrome, because Google tracks all this data. So we would definitely want to make sure that this page is ranking for the primary keyword, which you can see under packages and then family photography. So we're going to get kind of more into this, but I at least wanted to just touch on some of this and point out that there's really so much opportunity in terms of keywords and backlinks. We really want to get this number beefed up, which I'll share some tips with you at the end so that, it'll be easier to rank. And if you're not sure what a backlink is, I'll include a video in the description that you can go to learn more about it. Okay, the next thing I like to do is conduct a technical audit of a website. So let's just look right here first. And what I'm seeing immediately is that Heidi has 15 pages on her website, which means it's a very, very small website and will only have so many different keyword options to rank for. We really don't have a ton of content. So that's the first thing that I'm seeing, just so many content creation opportunities. And then the next is that there are some opportunities to further enhance just the page structure for her services pages. So these pages highlighted in orange are her services pages, and the URL isn't optimized. So what you want to think about when you're looking at a URL is, can I tell what this page is about just by looking at the URL? And you can't really tell that if you're just seeing the word family. So instead, what I would recommend is something like Northern Virginia family photographer. In other words, making your focus keyword the slug or the second half of the URL. This is just kind of SEO basics, to be honest, that your target keyword is in the URL completely. So these are my recommendations for the URL. She does have her title pretty well optimized, so there's not too much to change there. If I wanted to be really picky, I probably would put the keyword before the name, because if people are looking for a photographer, they want to see this first rather than the business name. So that's one little thing I would change, not a huge deal. The next thing I see is that her privacy policy is not indexed. This is actually a mistake. Most business owners think they don't need to have their privacy policy indexed, but Google wants to see that you have a privacy policy. So you should definitely keep that as an indexed page. Additionally, I see that she has individual pages for different galleries. The idea is correct, so let me show you here. If you click galleries and click family, you'll see all of her beautiful family photography, which is so good, but she's missing out on a ton of opportunity and a ton of keywords to really take this to the next level. I'll get into that more in a second too as well. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is on her website homepage itself. So if you install the detailed SEO extension, which is a very powerful little Google Chrome extension, all you have to do is Google detailed Chrome extension. You can install it right here and then watch this video that I did to go over all the details. Once you have that installed, this tells you a bunch of key on-page SEO information at a glance, including the title and the description, the URL. So when I click over to headings, this is all not good. Like, we don't want to have this. It would be much more ideal to just have this be the first H1, and these should all be changed to paragraph tags, because every page should only have one H1. It can have multiple H2s. Like, we wouldn't want to have this duplicate H1. That would also be a no-no. And just clean this up a bit, like quotes shouldn't be in an H1, etc. This is important because this kind of summarizes the page for Google to understand what it's all about. And ideally, you would want to use keyword variations in these headings. I'll show you an example of what a good one would look like. So for example, on my website, you can see that I have my target keyword in the H1, web design services for wedding photographers, and then a bunch of related keywords in the H2. So this is a much more ideal heading structure. So cleaning this up could help tremendously, especially when we talk about having the about page ranking for Northern Virginia family photographer, when we really want to have the individual page that was created rank instead. Okay, so the next thing to go over is the blog, or lack thereof. So having a blog is such a powerful way to get more of your ideal customers to your website and want to book with you if you do it right. Now, I have an entire video dedicated to blogging for photographers, which I will link in the description, as well as put a QR code on the screen. But basically, in a nutshell, for Heidi, this is what I would do. Best places for family photos in Northern Virginia. How much do family photos in Northern Virginia cost? And you would basically want to create a silo that maps to each service. And so in each of these blog posts, you would have a call to action at the bottom of the post. Learn more about my family photography services in Northern Virginia. Same thing with maternity photos. You would create these blog posts, and then you would have a link call to action that says learn more about my maternity photo shoot services. And then you would even want to take it one step further and create individual portfolio pages for each couple that or family that you shoot. So for example, on Heidi's website, if I come to gallery and look at family, I would say, Rose Garden, Alexandria family photos, or wherever this event took place. This will add more content relevance and help you rank for more keywords. So as you can see down here, I just listed some options out. So family photos at Great Falls Park, family photos at Reston Town Center. So, whatever the couple or the family is shooting at, and then just including those photos along with the description is a powerful way to rank for more relevant keywords that are going to bring ideal clients to your website. Now, the next thing that I'll touch on is her Google profile, and she's doing everything right. Her Google profile is very, very well optimized. She's got beautiful photos uploaded. She's got 95 9-star reviews, which is exceptional. She's got her hours, her description, and her profiles linked. So overall, really good. And this just shows that you don't need an actual business address to do well. She's just using service areas and she's crushing it. So that's all very good. I don't have any changes really for her Google business profile. Now, the next thing that we have to come back to, because we can create all this great content, and if we don't focus on our backlinks, then it's only going to do so much. So backlinks are links from other websites to our website, and Google sees them as votes of confidence. And so we want to get as many backlinks as possible. And I could talk for hours and hours on this. So I would really just recommend that you would move on to watch this video on backlinks for photographers next, where I break down everything you need to know about getting backlinks as a photographer so that you can beat out your competition. It really is the ultimate cheat code, backlinks. Like, my SEO was transformed forever when I took backlinks serious. So I hope you found this little audit helpful. If you would like to be considered for an audit, please leave a comment below with your website URL, and I'll see if I can get to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.